In this video, we will look at the plurality method as well as majority. In this method, the choice with the most first preference votes, that's the key, is declared the winner, is declared the plurality winner to be exact. Now, with this method, it is possible to have a tie, but with large numbers of votes, it is unlikely. If you have millions of votes, it's unlikely that two candidates will actually have the exact same number of first preference votes. The other issue is you're only looking at the first preference votes. You're not looking at all of the other votes that you might have ranked if you did preference ballot. So that can be, considered unfair if somebody is considered the worst candidate by a lot of people, but ends up getting the most first preference votes. This method is sometimes mistakenly called the majority method or majority rules, but it is not necessary. It is not necessary to have a majority to win. So let's define clearly what a majority is. A majority is over 50%. Okay, it's not equal to 50%, but is over or greater than 50%. You have to have more than half. So let's take a look at the Australian vote that we did in the previous video to consider our plurality winner and majority. Now, remember, this was completely fictional. I made this up based on the ballot that I found online. So in this table here, the total number of voters, as we mentioned before, or total number of votes is 359. That's just made by tallying the top. Who receives the most first place votes will be our plurality winner. All right, first place. We only have to look at the first line. Now, it's really easy just to say, oh, okay, well, I think it's O'Dwyer because that's the largest number I see. O'Dwyer has 112. And O'Dwyer is our plurality winner, but we have to be a little careful. You have to look across the whole line to see if a candidate might appear more than once. And in fact, yes, Ball gets 42 votes here, but at the very last column, Ball also gets 39 first place votes. That's just a different ranking system. Oops, sorry about the zoom out there. And so it turns out that Ball has a total of, well, we have to add up 42 plus 39 is 81. So Ball has actually a total of 81 first place votes. O'Dwyer still has more than that. I don't see any other repeats in the top. So we would now declare our plurality winner to be O'Dwyer. And if that was the system that we used for tallying our votes and picking a winner, then that would just be how it was. If that was legislated into law, then O'Dwyer would be the winner and we'd be done. Now, there might be some people that are concerned about this for a variety of reasons. One is O'Dwyer, although O'Dwyer ranks high here, O'Dwyer doesn't seem to do as well in these other categories. So maybe O'Dwyer is unsatisfactory for a lot of people. But the other glaring issue is that O'Dwyer only has 112 out of the 359 top votes, right? 359. So one thing to think about is what is a majority here? Well, 50% of the vote, 50% would be exactly half. So if you take your calculator and you do 359 divided by 2, you can see that 50% is actually 179.5 votes. So it's not possible to have 0.5 of a vote. Of course not. So what you do in this case is you will round up. But you also need to round up because you remember that a majority is more than 50%. It's not equal to 50%. So even if this is a whole number, when you divide by 2, you still have to go up because it has to be greater than 50%. So a majority here will be 180, all right? Because 180 is more than 179.5. It's just the next whole number up. Okay. Does O'Dwyer have a majority? No, O'Dwyer only has 112. So we would maybe have a lot of people that say that, well, yeah, you had the most first place votes, but you were not a majority winner. You did not win over 50% of the vote. And so that might leave some people dissatisfied. And that means that picking a plurality winner may or may not make people happy. So let me show you a second table I made. Now, this is the same candidates, but I just switched around the names a little bit. Like, what if this happened? Notice in this table, this is also fictional. Ball has a lot of different people voting as the first place vote. If you added up all of those numbers there, if you added up 42 plus 65 plus 51 plus 39, you would see that Ball has 197 as 197 first place votes, okay? And that would make Ball the plurality winner. So Ball is, in this table, the plurality winner. Remember, this is a different fictional setup. And since 197 is more than 180 and a majority winner as well. So more than 50%. So this would be a convincing win. There would probably be, everybody would be satisfied by calling ball the winner of the vote. And that's how plurality and majority work.